I grew up in north central Pennsylvania. My dad worked construction. He was an electrician. So when I was young, we moved around a lot, kind of following the construction trade in the 70s. And then when I got married, when I was 21, I became a military wife for about 20 years. So there's been a lot of moving around in my lifetime. This is probably the longest I've been anywhere, and I've been here in Minnesota for 13 years. The most interesting place I've been, I would say so far, is a place that I love, the Outer Banks of North Carolina. If you're into ship history and certainly if you're into weather, which I love both of those things, it's a really interesting place to be. And there's a lot of great historical sites down that way. I also did a field trip tour one summer with my boys when we were homeschooling, and we did the Civil War sites from Georgia all the way up the East Coast, and that was really interesting as well. And what great care has been taken care of all of the historical sites there. Gettysburg and Antietam are two that come to mind. But I mostly grew up on the East Coast, so that's my knowledge base. I would love to explore more out west, so those are all trips yet to come. It is not go skydiving with Elizabeth. That is absolutely off my list. But I do have many interests, health, nutrition, music, history. So I like to do things when I can in those areas. One way I'm challenging myself right now is I'm taking private voice lessons online with a famous singing vocal coach. And that's definitely out of my box a little bit. I love to sing, but I mostly have done that in choir and in church. So this is a kind of new territory for me, but I know it's really challenging me and helping me grow. A unique talent that I have apparently is the ability to absorb people, and I'll explain that. As a child and then in my young adult life, I found out in a whole series of ways under medical care that I have an extra set of teeth, an extra vertebrae, an extra set of ribs, and I think there's one other thing, but those are just the parts that I know about. So the question comes in, why do I have extra parts? And the answer came kind of in a roundabout way, but they think that there was another egg developing when I was developing in my mother's womb, and for whatever reason I absorbed that one, and so I just absorbed the extra parts, and so I have parts to spare if anybody needs. But that's kind of a funny family story, because my mom for years thought I should have been a twin, or she was glad actually I wasn't a twin, and then come to find out that might have been a possibility. So, but I at some point early on said there's only room for one of us in this town, and so that's what happened. There's so many great quotes, and I love historical quotes, especially founding fathers. And of course, I have very favorite scripture quotes. I can think of Isaiah in the book of Jeremiah, but probably my favorite one currently, it's so simple. It's wake up, be awesome, and then go get some rest. And that's what I'm basing my day on. Important mentors for me are every day. My teachers, my staff, my clients. I learn something from people every day. I probably should always also, in answering this question, say Jesus. I definitely am a follower and believer. And also, I have business mentors. I have mentors in lots of different aspects of life. But I would say that I really try to make it a point to learn something every day. And that could be from somebody with a lot of wisdom and age upon this earth, and it could be from the smallest child. But they all have something to give. Some things that I think make me a good wellness practitioner is that I come from a whole history of pain and was misdiagnosed or not diagnosed for years. I've overcome many health challenges in my medical history. So I do know what chronic pain is to live with, and I do understand the fear that can come in overcoming health challenges. So I do recognize that in other people. So that would be one thing. And I am a compassionate person. I want people to be well. I want to support them in their health journey. So I think all those things, plus a background in medical care and in teaching and in ministry and in cosmetology, kind of all come together for me, and I use those skills every day.